Good evening. Wowzers. Ting's saying I'm OP. Well, there's a turn up for the books. No. Old person. Yeah, that's more old person than OP, isn't it? It's not overpowered, it's just old person. So I said I'd never ever do one of these, but I decided to do it. Oh, let me turn the music down. It's just a bit too much in my head, man. Somber music. Ooh. Hello Neil Bates, hello Spiegel Electro, Dingus, Mr. Big Peepee, oof, Jean-Michel Louis, bonjour, ça va? Can Dreamer, how are you? So, this is a new camera. Is it alright? Do you think it's okay? I mean, I don't know. Milos, Fifth Element, hello. I think it's okay. 4K quality. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It's looking good, eh? Shit. Wow. Ruby, how you doing? Wow. 4K. Now you get to see my grey bits in the beard. It's, grey bits. Hey, Royston. Yeah. There's grey and there's grey, eh? Wowzers. Fuck. I feel like Lemmy. AMX50B versus the STB1. Well, in my book, Chandrima, it was definitely the STB1. Love the STB. Jory! Where's my Jory flag? Deal for real? Hello. TT time. Hello, man. Blizzard Nana. How are you? So yeah, I would go for the STB1. Mainly because it's not a clipper. How do I rate the Camp 70 out of 10? When it first came out, I would have said 4 even. I would have said 4. But, well, I mean, it got a buff, and it's better. It is better. It's a lot better now it's been buffed. Ooh! Somebody said hello. Hello. Who was that? I know, man. You know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It's like, oh, I'm a 3K camera now. I've gone to a 3K camera. Nice. Maybe you get to see my fruit pastels properly now. Look, fruit pastels. That's my chomp on. Kim, can I buy you a premium tank? No, but you can enter the competition and win a premium tank. How's that? Blitz stress equals grey beard. Absolutely, I tell you. I mean, it's Fugit the Grey. Maybe after a while I'll disappear and come back as Fugit the White. Let's turn that down. You don't want to be jumping out. Can we talk on Discord? Of course, jump in. It's open. Discord is definitely open. So yes, you can talk on Discord. A video for the AMX50B versus the STB1. Well, they're completely different tanks. I mean, one is a French clipper that's heavy. The other is a Japanese medium. That's not so heavy, and it's not a clipper. Am I a pro gamer? No, I'm more like pro gamma. No, I'm not a pro gamer. I game for fun, and aside, Blitz is the only game I really play. I mean, apart from on the PlayStation, I play things like Sniper Elite and war games. I'm not a big gamer on PC or phones. It's either PlayStation or Blitz for me. That's all it. Fugit Leo 1 or 121B. Oh, Ruby, I'm a dreadful Leo 1 player. So it's definitely the 121B because I'm just much better at the 121B. Yeah, you may be thinking of the AMX30B. That's true. What age am I? 40? No, I'm 48. I know. I'm 2 away from England's highest cricket score in a test. That's 50. In case anybody was wondering. No, I'm 48. Yeah. I'm old. Hence the grey bits. It's old. That's old, man. Yeah. I'm 1 foot in the grave, as they say. Well, not quite. Jono Newman. Wowzers. Mr. Big PP, I'm catching up, mate. I'm catching up. I'm not that far behind you. Jono Newman with his OP bat chat recently. The what now? Hey, what? 55. Oh, I'm catching up as you as well, Fifth Element. I don't know is the honest answer. I'm not sure. I think I'm older than Bushka. I can't remember is the honest answer. What kind? No. Spiegel, I'm drinking at the moment, unfortunately, because I had to rush to get to the stream. I'm drinking Instant, which is actually called Colombian Gold from Marks and Spencer's, because I'm not a big fan of Nescafe. But generally, I do drink percolated coffee, and I drink. I drink basically Colombian or Costa Rican coffee, strong coffee, from. I don't know if you know the brand. It's an English brand, like basically sort of Waitrose type thing. What's your rating about my favourite tank, the T62E1? I don't like that tank. Hey, Dukadomi. Why don't I like that tank? I like it, but I do think it's incredibly. The meta doesn't fit. To be honest with you, what do I think of the Tier 9 deals in the store at the moment? I actually think some of them are quite good. To be honest with you, Cuban's quite nice actually. Yes, coffee wise, because I think the T92E1 has got. Wow, I'm still trying to find its weaknesses, and I think. For a light tank, it's just, wow, how can I say it? It's not really a light tank. It's a light tank with none of the with all the pros of being a light tank and none of the disadvantages of being a light tank. In other words, you can't smack it to oblivion with a well-timed HE round. It's got a dirt gun. It's got a low profile. It's fast as heck. So, hey Razor. AT15 or T28? For me it'd be the AT15. I absolutely hate the T28 because it's just slow. The Camp 70, yeah, since the birth I'd say it's about a 7 to an 8. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. 121B versus STB1. I would still say the ST1. That's what I say. So I would still say the STB, mainly because I really like the STB, because it's basically it's like a mix between a Leo had sort of an affair with an AMX30B, and what developed was the STB1. Tortoise or turtle? Oh, tough one, because I love the Doom Turtle. I also love the Tortoise, to be honest with you. Because in both scenarios, you can just go straight in and be an absolute pain in the arse to anybody who's trying to smack you. So I do like both of them, if the honest answer. So that's a difficult one. That is a tough one, to be fair. But I would say, at a push, Doom Turtle. That's what I would say. I would say the Doom Turtle at a push. Mainly because, well, you can just get a lot more. It's a lot slower, yeah, but tricky tank to smack. All you got to do is just roll it in the direction of the enemy, and they can't do jack. To be fair. Thank you very much, Kim. I just dropped my lighter. Thank you very much, Kim. See, you don't see anything. I'm back, and it went out frame, zoomed, all weird. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, my friend. So. Oh, you're being very nice to me, I must admit. It's nice when people are nice and don't give you encounters or supremacy battles. Encounter every time. I'm not a big fan of supremacy, to be honest with you. But it's in, the only time I really play supremacy is if A, I've got a mission to do, or B, I've got a video to do. Any other time, then no, I wouldn't have supremacy on. I'd just play encounter. I think encounter's a lot better as a game mode. I mean, supremacy has a place, to be fair, but it's just not my thing because, you know, you can play your socks off and still lose because somebody caps all the bases, which, you know, it's a tank game, guys. The idea is to kill all the tanks, not to cap the bases. That's just my view, you know. I mean, it's there for easy wins. Can I play with you later? As in, can you play the game with me later? Or let's not go there. I'm not on Asia until tomorrow, so yes, if you're around tomorrow, then yes, we can. Ooh, my list of 1 to 5. I would put in there probably Uprising would be number 1, probably followed by Skirmish, then Gravity, then Realistic, and then Mad Games. I like Uprising because Uprising it's like you're then in an arcade. It's like a normal arcade game because you're respawning and you're doing lots of different things. And that I think is fantastic. I love Uprising. Mad Games, not so. I mean, it gets boring after a while. Gravity I like because you just get to go around smacking things. Realistic I like because it teaches you how to aim properly and where to shoot things. And I do like Skirmish because it really makes you, it gives you the opportunity to know parts of the map that you wouldn't probably know. E3 or E4? Oh, that's a good question because one of them I like and one of them I don't, to be honest with you. Now, you know, I mean, both tanks are tricky, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm more of an E4 lover than an E3, to be perfectly honest. Mainly because I like the turret. I don't like the E3 because the turret's not there, obviously. When is my next EU stream? Potentially tonight, actually. What were half of the hardest tanks for you to grind? The Leo was the E50 and the Leos were very difficult for me to grind because the E50 at tier 9 and the Leo PTA, and they're not my type of tanks, mainly because of the ping that I have. So I found those difficult to grind, the E50 and the Leo. What is my worst tier 10? On Blitzstars at the moment, my worst tier 10 is actually the Sheridan, maybe because I hate the damn thing, because I can't play rockets for toffee. But overall, I'm pretty bad in any tier 10 that is a light. So I'm pretty bad in the Batchat, the Leo. The Leo's not a light, I know, but I'm pretty bad in those tanks because again, the ping just doesn't do it for me. What part of the UK were I born? Wow, I'm actually from a place called Worcester in the Midlands, so that's where I'm from. I didn't mind the 7201 grind, to be honest with you, mainly because I didn't grind it, because I'd already had the tanks when it was introduced, so I just had to I just had to purchase the tank. But no, I mean, grinding to the Leo 1 and the E50M, to the Leo 1 mainly. My best tier 10 tank. If you go on Blitzstars, I think you'll find my best tier 10, because I haven't played many battles in it, is the WZ, the TD WZ, but that's just because I've not played any battles in it really. My best tank that I've played notable battles in is either the Mouse or the WZ113. My overall best is the STB1 at the moment, with the Mouse I've played, because I haven't played thousands of games in any of these tanks because obviously I do them for videos and stuff. So the Mouse I've only done 372 games and I've got a 58% win rate. The STB, the WZ, I've done just shy of 50 games. Got a half decent win rate, but I've got good damage per battle. And the STB one I've got a 72% win rate. So yeah. That would be the main ones. Mark 6 is the best tier, yeah. Blonde or brunette? Blonde. Which one? WZ121? 113 for me. Why did I start YouTube? No. I started YouTube because it's an interesting one, because basically I've been playing the game for a while, and I was stuck on a particular tank, and that particular tank happened to be the Leo. So I decided to search YouTube, and I came across Bushka, okay, and Skate. Those are the two I came across. So I started watching them and how they play the Leo, and they gave me some great tips, and it was fantastic. But then I sat there and revisited that and thought, well, hang on a minute, I'm never going to play the Leo like this, because what you're doing, you're showing the best replays ever. You're showing super duper unicums basically playing the tanks massively well, which half the player base is never going to do. So I said, well, I'm going to start doing videos aimed at majority of the player base, which is the average player, and that's why I started it. Hey Doc, have a nice day yourself, Kim. I would actually take the Smasher in that battle. How do you feel about gameplay progressing in the whole, and was it worth the time? Oh, what the grind? Oh. The grind is there for a reason. I mean, basically, the grind is there to get you used to the tanks in the meta, so you can move on and progress. Sometimes, yes, it can be a bit balls achy and long, but whilst that may be the case, you should see the benefit afterwards. What they've now done, however, is made the grind a lot easier. Excuse me. While at the same time allowing you to sort of tier jump or rush the tiers, resulting in players nowadays having less knowledge of the mechanics of the game, and therefore having basically they shouldn't be there because they haven't learnt the mechanics, and therein lies the problem. So I think the progression should be there, but if they want to keep it like this, then maybe they should look at breaking it up somehow. I don't know how, putting it into brackets. 113, Chandra, you've asked me 3 times, mate. It's the 113. Do I think the 59 pattern is underrated? A little bit. I'm not a massive fan of it. It's a nice tank. I'm not a big fan, but then again, I'm not a massive fan of tier 8. So is it underrated? I think it probably is, because it's actually a nice tank. Is it going to get better? Oh, Blizzard, that's a tricky question. I would hope. I would really hope it would. I would hope that, yes, it would get better, that it would, cater for the entire player base, not just the new players, and not just for the super duper unicums. It only caters for super duper unicums in regard to tour players, which I think is one of Wargaming's things that is really shining, and they really should do more on the tour side, because I think they've got a great format there and a great concept. But I think they need to look at doing something that's encapsulating the entire player base. And as we said previously in one of the coffee chats, in Water Tanks Blitz, they look at doing things like these missions or campaigns or whatever. Not missions, it's like campaign mode or whatever it is. Maybe Blitz should do something like that. Right, I'm going to write it, Chandra, the last time, because you're not listening. 113. So let's put that for bed, yeah? It's the 113. When's the next count-in? Again, potentially tonight. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. But potentially tonight on EU. Tomorrow, definitely. More as well, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it is a twofold question. Blitz in the future. I'll be honest with you. I think we've got a good game. It's a bit rough around the edges still, and they still have more to do to develop it further. But it is a good game. Don't get me wrong, I love the game. Why? Because I like tanks and I like blowing shit up. Simple as that, really. And it caters for all different levels, to be honest with you. There is a space for everybody in Blitz. There really is. And a lot of people turn around and say, but it only looks after the elite. It's not elitist. I could be you could be a complete noob and still play against the top players. The only time it becomes elitist is when it comes to the esports side, where it needs to be elitist. Other than that, I think it's a great game. I think it's certainly the game I've played most in my entire life, and I've played a lot of games. To be fair, I'm not a pro gamer or anything, but I've played a lot of games, and I'd say this one is the one that I've played most. And when you look at the other games that I've played a lot, it's going to be Call of Duty and stuff like that. Hey Yusuf, what time is stream at tonight? It'll probably be after the tournament, so any time around 10:30, like that. UK time, so any time around there, potentially. We've got a tournament later, so it'll be after the tournament. How did I find Blitz? Well, I heard about Blitz a long time before it even hit here from World of Tanks PC, and I'd always wanted to play it, but it never came out on the PlayStation. And then I was reading one day that it was about to hit the iPhone, the Apple Store, so that's how I heard about it. And I think I downloaded it the day it hit. So yeah, I've been playing it since 2014. Yeah. No problem, Neil. So yeah, that's when I found out about Blitz. Absolutely, of course I would. I would absolutely. Oh, it's for the viewers. Hopefully they say absolutely too. Hopefully. I think 1v tournaments are great. No, I do. I think 1v1 tournaments are a fantastic concept because you get to see, some different skills on play. To be honest with you, and I'm gonna have a fruit pastel. Sorry. There you go. While the viewers answer that. You can hear me. Yeah, you can probably hear me scoffing down a bloody fruit pastel. Mad Fishy, how you doing? That's why I like these different tournaments. They do require different skills, different tactics, different meta, different understanding of the maps. And all forms of tournaments, I think, are great, to be honest with you. Even 1v1. Because even in 1v1, you could draw against a super unit. I remember I jumped into a 1v1 long ago that Every Good Name Was Taken was doing. And I think it was tier 7 he was doing it in. And I went up against a guy from Imor on a 70% win rate, and I thought it was best of 3, not best of 5, and I thought I'd beaten him and kicked his ass, and somebody then said no, it's best of 5. Oh damn it, because I won the first 2 battles, and then he turned it around and beat me, but he only just beat me, by the way. So yeah, that's the thing. You could even now players like me can fight against the top players in that. Interesting question, Fifth Element. They won't limit the ITs from purchasing, because what happens there is that obviously it's a money earner. What I think they should do, they shouldn't stop people from buying them, but if you've got, say, 2,000 battles, then you only meet players who've got 2,000 battles. Simple as that. You can buy your shiny tier 10 premium tank, but you won't be put into a game with people with 10,000 battles. You'll be put into a game with people with equal battle count as you. So, should the matches have more players? No, I don't think they should, Gamer Boy. I think 7v7 for Blitz is perfect, to be honest with you. I think the 7 minutes is perfect. I think some of the maps need to be a bit bigger and reworked. I mean, maps like Normandy, Faust, and Yukon, I think are great maps, and they're brilliant maps. But there are some maps that are just too small. Copperfield is probably one of those. Mines is one of those. You know, there are some maps that need to be rejigged. But no, I don't think any more than 7 tanks, to be honest with you. Tier 3, well, I was thinking about doing a video on is there any point doing tiers 1 to 4 now, because all those tiers are all pretty balanced. And the reason I say they're pretty balanced is that if you look at the tanks, they've all got effectively the same damage, the same load times, and the same hit points. They've all got different armor profiles, obviously, and they all go about the same speed, so they are pretty balanced down there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying matchmaking as such by battle camp. What I'm saying is there should be blocks. So, you know, 0 to say 100 battles is one block. 100 battles to, I don't know, 2,000 battles is another block. 2,000 to say 5,000 is another block. 5,000 to 10,000 another block, and so on and so on. And that, but that would then increase the queue times, which everybody hates. Yeah, would though, Ruby? That's the other problem. I mean, the other problem is it would make it horrible with rerolls. But rerolls already are still seal clipping. Let's be honest. What's my YouTuber ranking from 1 to 5? What, like, who's the best in down that way? That's a difficult one to say because I was watching with interest the other day. Littlefinger did a 2-part video on that, and it's a great concept. I thought it was a fantastic video. What are my thoughts? I'll get to you in a moment, Darth. And I couldn't do that because every YouTuber is unique, in my opinion. They all bring something different to the game, and they bring something different to the platform. So, for example, let's take Soft Rescue. Soft Rescue is a fantastic YouTuber, but he doesn't show you how to play the game as such, but he does fantastic stuff. And, you know, would I say that Soft Rescue's a bad YouTuber compared to, say, Martin Dogger? No. And that's the thing. So it's very difficult for me to rank them because I think they're all pretty good. They all bring something different to the game and to Blitz. What are my thoughts on summer season? I'll be honest with you. 252 was spammed too much. I love the end, to be fair. I thought it was really exciting. I thought the teams showed us how well things can be done. It was close at both. I didn't see much of the North American one, I must admit. Asia and EU, I mean, the grand finals were fantastic, and the lead up to the grand finals were fantastic. The only thing that went against was negative for me was too many premium tanks. And if the premium tanks would have been limited, then it would have been better. And the reason I say that is because I'm looking at it not just from a game style, but from entertainment as well. Because obviously the audience wants to be entertained. And there was one game, there was one tournament that we streamed where a particular team only went out in 252s and Mark 3s for every game. Now, it was entertaining to watch their strat, but it was boring as something to watch. So if maybe the premiums were limited, it was fantastic. I mean, I think tier 8 is a good idea. Premiums notwithstanding, that was all. But other than that, I think it was great. I mean, I think it was an interesting concept. It opened clan wars up to a lot of different clans. Let's be fair. There were clans in there that weren't normally in there, and that's fantastic. And we got to see something different. We didn't just get to see tier 10s brawling it out. A Tech Tree tournament. Yeah, a Tech Tree tournament would be interesting. But then, you see, this is my conundrum with the summer season. You know, I mean, you can turn around and say, oh, it's too many premiums, it should only be tech tree, but then that stops a lot of players who haven't grinded all the tech tree tanks. So, I mean, tier 8 for bringing more people into the game and into clan wars is great. If you restricted it to just tech tree, then you're restricting it to those who've grinded the tanks, which is not so great. So I think you do need to have premium tanks still in there, to be honest with you, to give everybody an equal chance. Maybe I would say tech tree premiums, because then everybody, regardless of who you are and what clan you're in, everybody can get your hands on a tech tree premium. You don't have to wait for it to come round into the store. So everybody can get the IS6, for example. If it was running now and I put a team together, then we could all buy the IS6. I was going to say we can all roll out in the IS6, but we can all buy it. Whereas we can't all buy the 262, the 252, because it's not in the store. So, but other than that, no, I think it was a great tournament. And I know a lot of people have said it's not so good, but I think it was a good tournament. I think it's a good concept that, maybe wargaming should look at refining it in doing more. Maybe not in the same way, but refined and doing more. As a tester, like I said, I thought it was a great concept. What's my tier 10 ranking? From 1 to 5? Well, what do you mean by that? As in what tanks do I prefer 1 to 5? That's STB, WZ, Mouse, E100. I mean, I play heavies, to be fair. I play heavies more. But it's a good one. But my top 3 would definitely be the WZ113. The IS7 is in there as well, because I love the IS7. I think it's a fantastic tank. The E5, I don't get on with the E5, but tournament-wise, it's a fantastic tank. And I love playing it tournaments. I'm not so liking it playing it in normal battles. But I love the STB one. I think it's a fantastic tank. I love the T62. The tanks. I mean, it would be better if you said 1 to 5. Which ones do you hate? And it would be the Death Star. Can't stand that tank. Don't like it. Never have done. It's a one-hit wonder. It's just boring. Not a big fan of the Sheridan, to be honest with you. Never really got on with it. Probably never will get on with it. Not a big fan with the E3. Again, not happy with it. Never been a big fan of it. Not a big fan of the T95, which is the collector in there. Again, never got on with it. Not a big fan with it. So it would be easier to say it that way. Besides the STB, what is your opinion the next best medium? It's the T22. The T22 I think is a great tank. Hello Sarah. T22 definitely. That's just my opinion. And I know loads of you are going to say it's broken. I don't care. I don't care. It's still a T22, and in the right hands it's still a pretty mean tank, to be honest. I enjoyed that. I enjoy playing that tank. Not good in it, but I enjoy playing it. Yes and no. I mean, looking at some of the tours, I saw plenty of teams counter the Object 252. T22 MX30, T22. How did Arsenal did we? Why? Because we're fantastic. Because we're fantastic, and the FA Cup deserves to be at Arsenal. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Armoured Pants also agrees. Simple. Anything to deny Chelsea the FA Cup is good in my book. Absolutely good. Simple as that, Sam. You're questioning a law of nature. You know, it's like there are set laws in nature. You know, gravity exists. Arsenal winning the FA Cup is just one of those things. Am I playing other games off camera? From time to time I do, yes. As I said, I play games on the PlayStation. Lots of war games, funnily enough. Or Star Wars games. But on my phone, let's show you what's on my phone. I've got Bridge Builder. That's when I'm in meetings and the meetings are boring. I've got a thing called Two Dots. That's a game for when I'm in meetings and meetings are boring. That's it really. Okay, I've got PUBG Mobile and I've got Star Trek Fleet Command, but I couldn't get into Star Trek Fleet Command. Pork kebab, hello. So yeah, I do have. So I do actually have. Oh mate, you don't know half of it. I mean, I've got a massive AT-AT up there. Because I am absolutely a nerd deep down. Just behind my head is a Lancaster bomber that I haven't finished building yet. Because I'm a nerd. It's just the way it is. And I build tanks and crap like that. I'll show you something. Hang on. I'll show you because I'm a nerd. You see, I'm a nerd. I build stuff like this because I'm a nerd. I'm just a nerd. That's a wargaming. Why did you take this tank out of the game? This tank should be in the game. I'm a nerd. Do I collect stamps? No, I do not. Never have done, never will do. Do I have hobbies? Yes. I do models. I do models. Yeah, there's a Lancaster bomber just there. And I collect World War II stuff. That's in there. And there's another one there, but you can't show you that one because YouTube would ban me massively. I would be demonetized in an instant, to be honest with you. Hang on. My other hobby, I smoke. Yeah, Lancasters are a mean and juicy bomber, man. So yeah, I mean, I collect Star Wars stuff, little figures and stuff. So yeah, I'm a massive nerd, deep down. So. Oh, seriously, I mean, I would be demonetized if I showed what was in those cabinets. And I've actually got complete uniforms as well, which again I would be demonetized if I ever showed those. Lego Star Wars, yeah, I've got a Millennium Falcon somewhere. What's my credit card? I haven't got a credit card, funnily enough. I don't like them. I have an emergency one that my wife has. So, do I think premium tanks have taken over the game? No, but I do think premium tanks have taken over tier 8. Yeah, I'm a military nerd. Pork kebab, yes, but no, I don't think they're taking over the game. It just seems a lot. Maybe I've got a 50 cal bullet somewhere, if that counts. What platforms do we use for gaming? At the moment, iPad and PlayStation 3, and that's it. The other week I downloaded World of Tanks PC. I just couldn't get on with it because I'm not a PC player. And because I'm not a PC player, it's difficult. Absolutely, it's unbelievably difficult for me to play on PC. Because even though I haven't got fat fingers, they're stubby. So that's why I was never able to play the piano. That's why I took playing the guitar instead. Another one of my hobbies, playing the guitar. What else is there? Trying to think what other hobbies I've got. That's about it. Oh, I like all the other stuff as well, skiing, driving cars fast and shit like this. Skengs. What you mean, plastic Ali? Oh, that's a difficult one to say. I mean, I think it is. Skengs is just a recreation of Ali. Yeah, he's Ali's love child. Do I own Nintendo consoles? No, I don't, Yusuf. A while ago. Armored Warfare. I haven't as of yet. My kid has. He's played it and he plays it all the time. I haven't played it yet. Do I think wargaming makes things overpriced? Sometimes no, is the honest answer. The reason I say sometimes yes and sometimes no is because when they're bringing out a new tank, you have to appreciate they've had development costs as well. You know, they've had to pay people's salaries and they've had R&D and all the costs that go in with that. So when they first come out, yes, they can seem overpriced. But the second or third time they come around, no, they're pretty reasonable. But that's just normal. I mean, when it first comes out, what's my favourite team? That's a mouse. Oh, come on, son. Get with the program. The mouse is my favourite tank in the game. In Clan Wars, that's a tough one, to be fair. It's a toss-up between an IS-4 and a 113. It's a toss-up because... Clan Wars. I think the E5 is probably the more versatile in the Clan Wars arsenal. And I would say it's a toss between an E5 and a 113, to be fair. No, that's not true, Ducker. I play the E5 and in the 113. Just don't put me in anything that's not a heavy. Put me anything that's not a heavy, and I'm a complete spanner. Yeah, they do give lots of discounts on certain things. I don't know Panzer War, mate. Look that one up. I remember having an old PlayStation 2. Was it PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 game? I can't remember now. Called Panzer General. And I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought that was an absolutely amazing game. I just loved it. It's basically you were a German general at the start of World War II. And you had to plan your strategies. It was awesome. A lot of people found it boring, but I thought it was great, to be honest with you. I really liked it, but I don't know Panzer War. I used to at work. Hi Max. At work, I used to play a game. There are two free games that you can get on the internet. I think one was called Warlords or something, where there were like, I think it was 10 different types. You could be an owl or whatever, and you went through different scenarios, and as you did, you got better equipment, you know. So you started with just spears, and then you went up to swords, and then arrows, and towards the end, you got, you know, catapults and battering rams, and it was fantastic. And then there's another one called Historic Sails, where you could be French, Spanish, or British in the Caribbean, and you had to go around in your galleons attacking everybody. They were two fantastic free games. And another game I used to play at work in the office is a game called 1917. Again, another free game. Where you were in the trenches. You could either be German or British, and it was trench warfare. 1917. It was great. What's my thoughts on the Jaeger and the E50M? I love the Jaeger. I think it's a great tank. E50M again. I think it's a fantastic tank. Tricky to play, but a really nice tank. Have you ever played World of Warships? I did once, but I couldn't work it out because I was very, you sort of have to go broadside and fire, and I'm rubbish at all that sort of stuff. So I kept missing. And I remember playing World of Warplanes as well, and I was awful at that. You know, so you have to imagine, I had an iPhone, I was on my iPhone playing World of Warplanes, like doing this. You can't see the screen when you're doing this. It was daft. So I had to drop that one as well. But World of Warships, I mean, I'd like to get into it. I watch look at that, look at the focus. Come back, focus, yeah. I mean, I watch Jingles videos, and I think, yeah, you know, I wish I could play the game like that. It would be nice. World of Tanks, what, the PC? No, I haven't played World of Tanks PC. Well, that's a lie. I've played it. In fact, I only played it last week. No, I can't, Sam. In answer to that question. Do I agree more Russian tech tree tanks should be added to the game? Like what? Because what tech tree tank? I mean, they could look at Russian lights, but then you'd have the one that they threw out the back of the aeroplane. What is it? The P-76, which would, you know, I mean, the Russians never really had a light line. I mean, you could stick one in, but I mean, the LTTB is a good light. World of Warships Blitz. Now that would be an interesting concept. I don't know if it would work because I think World of Warships, you have to take it that long. I think you can get Blitz, World of Warships Blitz, can't you? I can't remember. Yeah, you can get Blitz, World of Warships Blitz. I mean, I've downloaded it already, so it is downloaded. It's just that I've never really got into it because, as I said, I couldn't do the broadsides. Do I like Eurobeat? I like all sorts of music, to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm a particular fan of that, to be honest with you. I'm more for traditional. I like classical music and things like Oasis and, you know, Foo Fighters and stuff like that. Do I like anime? Not really got into it, to be honest with you. And I tried when I was in Japan for a while, and I tried. I just couldn't. And you know, the guys at the local model shop here tried to get me into Gundam, and I can't get into it, to be fair. Should the old Tier 1 tanks return? I wouldn't say the old Tier 1s need to return, but I think some tanks like the Marder should not have been taken away. I mean, that was a real tank. That it really existed. It was one of the most popular tanks in World War II for the Germans. This zoom is auto zooming all over the place. Hang on. So, you know, they I don't think they should have taken the Marder, to be fair. Will I ever create a re-roll on the EU? I have got a re-roll on the EU. Oddly enough. And it's at 60%, I believe, or just over 60%. In fact, I think I'm a unicum on my re-roll. Yeah, am I a unicum or a super unicum? Oh, I'm just a unicum. So yeah, there you go. The oldest Blitz memory I have. I'll tell you what, the oldest Blitz memory I have was it comes every time I go out on, say, Oasis Palms, because back in the day, look, it's zoomed over there again. Wait, don't auto zoom there. Auto zoom to me, you little shit. Every time I go out on Oasis Palms, but back in the day, the map for Oasis Palms was fantastic. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. And that's the oldest memories I have. Some of the older maps, like Oasis Palms, like the old rock field, and like where the base used to be on the old mines. That was always fun. Bobby Jenkins, no problem, mate. I know, Sam. I don't know why he's doing that. Rubes, that's never going to happen, is it? 3.6. I tell you what, somebody once said to me, and it was an NA player, and it was quite funny, and it was on the official Blitz Discord. He said, you know, you'll never. He said, I feel sorry for people like you because you will never get an average of 2,000 damage in an STB1 ever. And he was right. Well, he's right, because my average is 2.5, so screw him. What's the best advice or tips you can give to people who are looking to improve on World of Tanks Blitz? Take your time. Slow down. Don't be in a rush to die. Don't be in a rush to get into the battle. Learn the maps. Seriously, learn the maps. Learn the places to go on the maps. And learn the tanks. Learn their weaknesses. Learn why they're fast, why they've got gun depression, and stuff like that. That's the best advice. Because if you know what the tank can do and you understand the map, you put the tank where it can be on the map and you can dominate. No, 2.5k in STB1. And I haven't played it that often, so plus 72% win rate, so screw you. I don't play hundreds of thousands of games like you. You know this. They should bring back the T150. The T150. The T150 is in the game. I don't know why they coloured them the way they do. I think Furs is right there. I think wargaming like drawing attention to certain stats and certain things like that, which is why they coloured the win rates. I think that's why they did that. I mean, the average win rate is actually between 46 and 48%. So it's about 47% is the average. That's the average player. It's 47%. To be honest with you. I mean, you're talking about why do they colour it? When the game first started, it was a little bit different. To be honest with you, and the stats sort of made more sense rather than you do now. That is true for it is a collector now, and things were a little bit different back then. Nowadays, people aren't infatuated with the medals they get other than a mastery. It's back in the old days. Then people used to be interested in getting things like I don't know. There's the Fagins medal, which hardly anybody can get. The Fagins medal. It's a really difficult medal to get. So a lot of people aren't interested in those medals anymore, which is what people used to be interested in. So. Well, yeah, I mean, 070, yeah, and I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, YouTube sometimes doesn't help. Where us lot say how to improve your stats, how to get a better win rate, blah blah blah, and it doesn't work that way. To be honest with you, it just doesn't work that way. Yeah, and to be brutally honest. This has been brutally honest. It's very difficult to get unless you stat paddle, unless you seal club, unless you do certain things. It's very difficult to get 60+% win rate unless you've got skill. It's a simple fact of life. And I can sit here and loads of people can sit here and say do this, follow that, follow this. I mean, if you need the skill as well. You need the hand-eye coordination. You need the awareness around you. And you can't teach that. I mean, sometimes it's just in there. What's my prediction? Hang on. I don't pork kebab. I'm not a CC, so wargaming don't tell me anything. I find out when I see. I find out the way you guys find out, either logging into the game or because I've seen a video made by Meadsy or Martin Doggett, and that's it. So I have no idea. Yes, a draw is a loss. What's my prediction on the top 5 clans for tournaments right now? It would be the likes. It would be the usual suspects. It would be Endgame, Legion. I'd throw R2K in there. Trying to think who else we've got to throw in there. Raid. And then the last one is difficult because Elim are coming up. They're pretty strong at the moment. APA, I don't know. Souls, they're okay. They're getting there-ish. Local lost some big players, and Imor. So it's a difficult one to say on the 5th because there's a lot to grab there. If I was going to add a tank to the game that isn't already in, which tier, what type would I use? Ooh, that's a difficult one. I have to look over here now because it's shooting up like this. Well, that's a difficult one, to be honest with you. It really is difficult. I think I'd have the Sturm Tiger. Why not? We've got the KV2 already. What's the difference? I don't understand. What's the tip to get better win rate? Learn the tanks, learn the maps. And take your time, have more patience. Seriously, learn the basics. Go back, learn the basics. No, not CC, mate. Okay, I'm going to go back to here now. Yeah, the BT7 artillery is a mini KV, but no, seriously, if I was going to bring a tank in, it'd be a Sturm Tiger. Why not? I mean, give it a 25-second reload, like the 183. Stick it in tier 8 as a one-off tank. Make it an event tank. I mean, it'll have the same armor as a Tiger 1. Realistically, just take a long time to load the damn thing, and it'll have the same type of gun as the Smasher. KV2 or T40. It'll be a big derp gun. It'll be like the KV. It'll be like KV2. Yeah. Which is why I don't think it would be that difficult to introduce it into the game. In all honesty, I mean, a lot of people say it's not artillery. It's actually a bunker buster. It was never artillery. It's now it's a bunker buster, and they could do it. Progetto 46. Because it's slightly better in every respect, almost. The Progetto 46. Yeah, Vindicator. Yeah, I hate that tank, but that's what the Sturm Tiger would be. It's akin to a Vindicator. Oh, that's important actually. 5th element. Yes, you should read the lineup of the enemy and try to predict where they're going to be and where you're going to smack each other. That's. I mean, one of the things I always say in a lot of videos is know your role on the battlefield, because it surprises me that so many new players don't. They don't understand the role they're meant to play, and it's not just about I'm a medium tank so I'll go the medium route, or I'm a heavy tank and I'll go the heavy route. And I'll give you an example. So you're in a tier 10 battle, and let's say it's Dynasty's Pearl. Now, there are 4 different types of heavies I can pick here. There's a mouse, which is just a big, just massive, isn't it? It's just a big lump of Krupp steel. There's the IS-4, which has got, shit gun depression. It sometimes struggles with its pen, but will bounce everything almost front on as long as you lower the bottom plate. Then we've got the E5, which has got absolutely pants hull. You can ammo rack it left, right and centre, but it's great hull down and you'll bounce the turret. And then you've got, let's say, an AMX-50B, which is a clipper. So it's not just about, I'm a heavy tank, therefore I've got to go here. It's knowing your heavy tank as well, because each one has a different role to play. And a lot of people don't understand that. Do I prefer Eggy or Engi? I have no favourites in any clan, to be honest with you. None. Do you try to eliminate certain tanks in the game first? Yes and no. There are certain tanks that I'd leave. So if it was a tier 10 battle, I certainly wouldn't be going after the mouse. Why would I? I mean, the mouse isn't going to cause me any problems. And in tier 10, I'd be looking to get rid of the mediums more than anything. Mediums and lights first. Yeah. And it's difficult to say, to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people say get rid of the TDs. It depends. I mean, I rolled out on Asia recently, I think it was, in a tier 10, and we're on Alpenstadt, and we're spawning from the side where you don't have the TB position up high by the tracks. And the guy I was platooning with said, "Oh, they've got a Ho-Ri." I said, "Yes, let's grab the base." Because then the Ho-Ri is completely useless, basically. Just grab the base, force them to come to you. And, there are different types of strats, so it's not a question of taking the Ho-Ri out. It was more of a question of taking him out of the game, as in he can't get any shots. And, so yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10 you'll find that it's not the heavies who are the problem, it's the mediums. And if the players are any good in mediums, they really can be a problem, huge problem. My opinion on the current state of Blitz, in what respect? Because that's like a massive question. Is it, do I think the game's any good, or do I think the meta's good, or do I think it's going in the right direction? I mean, my view on the current opinion, on the current state is that we've got too many opportunities to rush the tiers, which doesn't help. Insofar as you're effectively flooding the upper tiers with inexperienced players, and it can't be fun for them as much as it's not fun for those who are there. And like most things, if you do that, you're in danger of ruining the game for everybody at the end of the day. So I think the current state is, if you've made the changes in 5.5 for the lower tech trees, I get that, I understand that. I understand that the new players don't like the grind, I get that, I understand that. But just like, you've got to do something to keep the game fresh for everybody, new and old player alike. So, stop. I know you're a business wargaming, but you don't need to sell so many premiums, to be honest with you. And you need to cool down on rushing the grind. By all means, rush the grind up to say tier 6, I don't care. But tier 7, tier 8, tier 9 and tier 10, guys, you've got to learn how to play the game, so you need to cool the grind a bit up there. So I think that's the only downside to the game at the moment. Other than that, I think it's still a great game. ATGMs, that's a difficult one. What's my actual opinion on it? Okay, I'll be honest. I think ATGMs have a place in the game, to be honest with you, but not in their current form. And when I say, let me just deal with them with the missiles first. With the current missile meta, it doesn't work. There are 400. I did a working out the other day. There's 420 odd tanks in the game. Okay, and 400. So let's say there's 422 tanks in the game. 422 tanks in the game. 420 have to break cover, aim on a target, fire, and then come back into cover, which risks them having a shot in return. 2 tanks don't need to break cover, don't need to aim at their target. They just need to fire a missile. That's so 99.6% of the tanks in the game have to expose themselves and actually aim at their target to fire. 0.4% of the tanks in the game don't need to do that. That's just wrong. I mean, that's just not good meta. It's just simple as that. The tanks themselves, I mean the T92, I think is more broken than the Sheridan. I don't think the Sheridans I think if you took away the missiles on the Sheridan, it wouldn't be such a problem tank. If you took the missiles away on the T92, it would still be a problem tank, to be honest with you. Because it's just so strong. It's absolutely strong. Legion or Feast? Well, I'm an EU player, so I would say endgame. when they sold the first TRX to anyone was Blitz's first mistake. What was the first TRX? It was a Mark 6, wasn't it? Was it a Mark 6? And I think you're right, because it doesn't fit in with their timeline, because it's a 1970s tank. Hyper Spider 7, my first, but no longer sole YouTube member. Can I recruit Pastel? Sorry about that, I need to eat. So that's what I think on that. Or was it the 121B? I jab it. I didn't realise it was a 121B. I thought it was a Mark 6. Oh, there you go. I stand corrected. I think the Mark 6 was my first premium in tier 10. Todd Joe, I mean, I'd love to say I agree with you. But they're a business, so they're always going to sell premium tanks. Exactly, Spiegel. It's a great idea from the player's perspective, not a great idea from a business perspective. So I mean, that's why that'll never happen. They'll never do that. They'll never do that. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Yes. RNG Blitz, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Yes, it's called a diplomatic answer. That way I don't have to answer it. I can't remember. It was so long ago, Ruby. I really can't remember. It's a long time back. I really thought it was the Mark 6. Maybe 121B was the first crate tank and you could buy the Mark 6 for cash. I don't know. Is honest. What was the best tank of World War II? But the best tank of World War II, it depends again. No problem. Thank you for dropping by, Yusuf. That's a tricky one. I mean, a lot of people would turn around and say it's the T-34-85, mainly because so many of them were made. I mean, but the T-34-85 wasn't such a great tank. It was revolutionary because it was small and it had a different style of armour. But it wasn't great. There were just a lot of them. I mean, they were pretty poor tanks. The Panther, but for its teething problems, would have been a great tank as well. But it really didn't excel because of its teething problems. So when you look at it on the grand scheme of things, you know, which was the most feared tank of World War II, then yeah, the Tiger won. The Tiger 1 was by far the most feared tank in World War II. The Russians feared it, the British feared it, and the Americans feared it because its ability to smack you from distance with its 88 was unbelievable. And in the return fire, the Shermans and the T-34s could do nothing at the same distance. They would just bounce off it. And they had to get really close, really close to do any damage. So yeah, I would say the Tiger won just for that sake. Just for that, just for the most feared tank. Easy to drive? No, I disagree with you, Blizzard. The easiest to drive and the easiest to build was the T-34-85. I mean, they would churn these things out, you know, by the hour almost in Russia. Unbelievable. But by far the best Allied tank was the Sherman. By far. Biscuit, how you doing? So yeah, I mean the Sherman was by far the best Allied tank. I would say the Berlin. IS-2 Berlin. I hate the IS-2 Tech Tree tank, by the way. Why is the WZ-112-2 of... I don't know. It's a great tank. It is a great tank. Did I like Fury the movie? Not my favourite war film, to be fair. I mean, my favourite war film of all time is Cross of Iron. Yeah, Sam Peckinpah. It's a great movie. Followed closely behind by Kelly's Heroes. Yeah. Fury was a bit... I wasn't overly impressed with Fury, I must be honest. So, you know, I mean, that's... So, no, I wasn't overly impressed with Fury. It just had star attraction and a pretty bland storyline, to be fair. They could have done better with it, let's be honest. And you know, when you look at what else was around, I mean, you've got Band of Brothers, which was fantastic, although focused just on one side of the coin. But no, I wasn't a massive fan of Fury. Oh, there you go. 121B it is. Oh, yaka. Didn't know that. What headset do I have? I don't know. I can't remember. It says stainless steel series, whatever that is. White Tigers is okay. Don't ever watch the Russian movie Tank. It's awful. Absolutely awful. A dreadful movie. Truly dreadful movie. There is an event coming soon, I believe, yes. I don't know when it's coming, Eurogamer, but there is an event coming soon. I just don't know when. I tell you, you guys have been so nice to me. I like it. I like these sort of Q&As. You don't ask me anything taxing or difficult. No, I don't Eurogamer. I use an iPad. I use an iPad for gaming. I'm Mac. My computers are all Mac. So no, I don't have Windows, which is why it's always been a balls ache for me to stream and everything, because Macs aren't really designed for it, and you have to have lots of other things running in the background, lots of different softwares. It's not as straightforward than it is a PC. So, but I'm a complete idiot when it comes to both computers and Windows, to be fair. So I stuck with what I know. I know Mac. I just don't know how to do anything. So that's why I stuck with that. Yeah, not White Tiger. I think the White Tiger is based on an IS-3. I think. I can't remember. It's certainly not a T-34. Kelly's Heroes is based on a T-34. We have the Tigers in Kelly's Heroes are T-34s. And the Tiger in Saving Private Ryan is also a T-34. The only time a Tiger has actually been used in a movie, a real Tiger, was Fury. What do I use to record? Well, I've got various things. On my Mac, I just have to press sort of Shift Option 5, and I can record my screen. On my iPad, I just drag down and press Screen Record. Basically, that's how I record it. And then I used to put it into iMovie, but recently I've got used to doing editing in DaVinci. Thank you, Neurogamer. I'm trying to get better at it. Yes, it was the 131 in Fury. No, I didn't think it was. I'll have to check that down. Because I thought in White Tiger it wasn't. I thought it was an IS-3 or something. But I'll have to check that now. Did you like that, Javid? Oh, I hated that movie. The one where they're taking the prototype, the A20, the A32. Oh, it's awful. I mean, it was horrible. Pretty sure, Javid. That's the one where they've got the prototype. It's the T32 or the A20, or I think it's the T32 or the A32. And they're right, Mr. BPP. Yeah. Firstly, when you scroll, I'll show you on the iPhone. Actually, it's easier. So what I'll show you on the iPhone. So if you want to record, when you drop down, So when you drop down, you've got, there it is. You've got the record button, yeah? So just press it. Don't press and hold, just press it. And you can see here I've got Stream Recorder, or you can use Go Record on an iPad. There's one there called Go Record. But, but if you have a look at the bottom, it says microphone off. That's standard, so you need to click that. And that will record the sound at the same time. And it always is automatically microphone off. So you have to click microphone on. It's a default. I don't know why Mac have done that, but it's a default. And if you click the microphone on, you'll get the sound easily. Hello, Gravy. How you doing? Oh, for a Russian audience, yeah, it's probably great. You know, the way the German guys. I mean, you have to remember when the T-34 was developed, Russia and Germany were friends. Yeah, in the movie, the tank. In the movie, the tank, the T-34. Oh, they're unbelievable. They're enemies, and the German guys got no hair and a scar down this side of their face. It's brilliant. It's just a crazy movie, to be fair. I still think you've been really nice to me. I love this. It's great. You've been really, really kind. Not a single tricky question. Interesting. Yes, you can record with the phone. And by the way, if you're on an iPad or iPhone, just get Go Record. It's called Go Record. It's in the App Store, free of charge. It's free of charge, and you can do that. And it will just save it afterwards. You just save it straight to your photos, your photo library. Pretty straightforward. But like I said, I mean, I've recently been doing it more on the PC. Yeah, no problem, Mr. Big PP. Because I used to think the same. How do these guys do this? And some people do it via a capture card. Coffee for breakfast, Javid. I'm afraid. Even though I'm English, it's tea in the afternoon. Oh, Das Boot is a great movie, fantastic movie. But so is Stalingrad, another German movie. But and so's Die Untergang. The Bunker, or whatever it's called. What's it called? Die Untergang. I think it's called The Bunker in English. I still pull it down, Big PP, and press record, and then press Go Record. But sometimes when I pull it down, I forget to press Go Record, and I just use Screen Recorder. But I still turn the microphone on, and it still does the same. Screen Recorder still does the same thing. It's Go Record and Screen Recorder do that. Yeah, Die Untertag. That's it. Go Record's quite good. I'm not a big fan of Saving Private Ryan, to be fair. I thought it was a good movie, but it's not one of my favourites. Like I said, I mean, one of my favourites is Cross of Iron, which is on the German. It's an old film, and it's got I can't remember who it is. Is it James Coburn? I think it's James Coburn in the lead of Steiner. Great. Well, now I'm absolutely infatuated in the history. To be fair, it's not just playing Blitz. I just haven't had time to sit down and do the history videos recently, because they take a long time. to be honest with you. The history videos take a lot longer than any Blitz video. I mean, a Blitz video, putting a Blitz video together takes about, I don't know, no longer than an hour. Whereas pulling together a history video takes almost a day, to be fair. I mean, the hardest part about a Blitz video is getting the content. And I was getting the content for Blitz. A lot of people don't understand it, but getting the content to do a video is actually really annoying. Because let's say you formulate an idea. So there's two ways that you can approach a Blitz video. I mean, firstly, you can say, oh, well, you've just played a game. Oh, that was a great replay. I'll save that and use it for a video. And you can do a video that way, but then you've got to try and work out a video to do. Or you'll sit there and say, oh, I want to do a video on this. And you try and think of something unique that nobody else has done. And then you've got to go out and get the content. And that's where it becomes difficult, because then you're playing the game not for fun, you're playing the game for content. And it can become a chore, to be honest with you. You're not actually playing the game because you want to play the game, so to speak. And you're playing the game to get content. So you're a little bit tensy and it's not so much fun. So doing Blitz content can be getting the content can be a pain, to be fair. And that's why some of the YouTubers rely on other people's replays. Because it can just drain you. Because don't forget, virtually every YouTuber plays the game for fun because they enjoy the game. And then this is one of the reasons why Skate sort of disappeared for a while, because for him it stopped being fun and it started to become a job, and that takes the fun out of it. So. And I can understand why he had that viewpoint, because it does feel that way sometimes. Somebody asks you to do a video on a particular tank, you'll play about 10 games to get good footage, because you can't always count on your teams. You can't always count that you're going to get a mastery or you're going to get do a good game. It's just one of those things. So it can be. I can understand why Skate said no for a bit. I understand that. Calm down now, eh? Everybody's going. Bye. Everybody's asked everything they wanted to ask. Any more questions? Go on, fire away, guys. There's 18 of you out there. You can all fire away. I'm having a cigarette. Go on. I got fruit pastel. Fruit pastel, I meant. Mm-hmm. I'm eating the yellow ones because I saved the black ones till last. I saved the black currant and I saved the red ones till last because they're my favourite. Everybody's gone. Where's everybody go? I've tried to do that, Blizzard, but I'm just not as good as the likes of Mighty Noob and Soft Rescue. I mean, those guys are amazing, to be honest with you. And which is why I said earlier, somebody asked me my top 1 to 5 YouTubers, and I said, I can't do that, because they all bring something different to it. And you're talking about funny moments. I mean, there's no way I could ever beat Mighty Noob or Soft Rescue. Never in a million years. Their editing, the time they take, the way they pull it all together, the way they then present it is just amazing. But I think Familio's a good player. He has his moments. No, he is a good player, yeah. He does have his player. Hitler did not die in Berlin, he died in South America. Oh. You've been watching Finding Hitler, haven't you, on History Channel? Don't believe everything you see on the History Channel. If Hitler wouldn't have died, trust me, the Germans wouldn't have surrendered. There was no reason. Oh, there's a delay now. Yeah, if he wouldn't have died, then they wouldn't have surrendered. The Germans were. There was nothing in them to surrender. No reason for them. From the book, Finding Hitler. Well, what's it called? I can't remember what the book's called. Something like that. Something like Finding Hitler or something. But there was a History Channel on it, a program on it, and I saw about one episode. I was like, I don't think so, guys. It's like, I mean, as conspiracy theories goes, there's lots of them. Conspiracy theories always make me laugh. But no. Hitler definitely died in Berlin. He definitely died. I don't know if he killed himself. I don't know if he was killed, but he definitely died. Oh, Mossad are always trying to. Grey Wolf, that's it. Boys in Brazil, yeah, I know that. No, Mossad, Israelis are always infatuated with making sure they got all the Nazis. Absolutely infatuated with it. For obvious reasons. I mean, they're after vengeance, obviously. But, you know, and because Israel didn't exist until quite late, certainly didn't exist during the war, they weren't part of the decision-making process. So and yeah, you know, quite a few notable Nazis did run away, like Mengele and Eichmann, etc., etc. So, well, he'd be dead now anyway. Majority of the tanks in Berlin on the German side were Panzer IVs and Panthers, no Tigers. There were probably two Koenig Tigers there, but not really. And contrary to popular belief, the majority of the SS fighting in Berlin were actually not German. They were Viking and Nordland, funnily enough, which were the Danes and the Norwegians, etc., etc. Well, either way, they're dead now. They're definitely dead now. The thing is, I mean, you have to take someone with. Oh. One moment, I just lost the signal. Hang on. So bear with me. Bear with me. Hang on. Hang on. Sorry about that. You just lost the camera's just run out of battery. That was all. So I've had to put the other camera back in, and now it's all over the place because I've had to change the webcam to a different setting. So it goes to show that I've got the batteries have all changed. So bear with me. I'm so laid back. When I sit in this chair, I'm just lying down almost, which is not good. So it should be like this actually. That's a bit better. But obviously now the webcam looks all really weird because it's not the camera now, it's the webcam. Because the camera's just run out of battery. That was all that was. So it's nothing major. It's just run out of battery. No, it ran out of battery. The camera's just battery's died, and I've got to get one of those everlasting battery packs, but I haven't got one. I can't remember what I was saying now. You have to take a little bit with a pinch of salt because it's towards the end of the war. You've got. You got the Americans chasing down Werner von Braun and people like that. So, hang on a minute. I've got to sort because I didn't have this camera on, so I've got to sort it out. I've got the wrong camera now. You see. Oh, that's super duper zoom. There we go. That's better. Well, this is a different camera. This is my webcam. This is the other camera was not my was is my new camera. This is my webcam. So the webcam's a bit different. So it's maybe it's time to say, Fugit, you need to knock it on the head. Q&A should be over. Maybe that's what they're trying to say. I don't know. It's certainly telling me that the battery's dead. So, is there any more queries, questions, whatever? Anything else, guys? Or shall we leave it there for today? And don't forget that giveaway. Because I love gold, Mr. Powers. I love that. I do love that. It's a great thing. So anyway, I tried out my new camera. That was nice. Everybody gone. 18 people there and everybody's gone. That's fantastic. Well, if there's nothing else, guys, I'm going to go. You're watching in 200. The green thing in the background. Oh yeah, it's because it's zoomed in, so now you can see the floor light. That shouldn't be there. It should be like that. You shouldn't see it. You shouldn't see the floor light. The floor light shouldn't be there. Yeah, and everybody free to just join into the giveaway. Just join, get involved. I mean, it's going to be a while yet because I'm only at 3,398 subs. So there's another 1,600 to go, which is quite a lot. Yeah, I'll do another one, Blizzard. I haven't got a problem with that. I have no problem with doing Q&As. So, I mean, if nobody's got any other questions, then I don't want to keep your Sunday up. I'll leave you all there. Yes, anybody can join Discord. But I think we're going to go now. I think an hour and a half is enough. I think what needs to happen next time is that people need to jump into Discord and quiz me. I think that'd be better for people. But we'll see. Let's see how it goes. So anyway, with that, I'd like to thank all 19 of you who are currently there. Thank you for dropping by, guys. We'll do these regularly. Let's do them once a month. So you can think of more things to quiz me on. And these will be different to obviously the coffee chats. And we'll do that. And by all means, don't forget, drop into the Discord and ask away. And we'll see how things go. And with that, I'm going to wish you all a really good Sunday afternoon. And I am lost. Well, if you keep entering, you'll get one eventually. So, guys, thanks for the questions. Next time, make it harder. And with that, I'm going to go. So, again, thanks for all the questions. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for being there, guys. And I'll catch you all again soon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and its weekend. Bye for now. That was fun.